Good morning, my dear students. In our previous classes, we had studied about the construction of atoms. We had studied Dalton's atomic theory, and we had studied that atom still it is made up of electron, proton, and neutron. Electrons are positively charged, protons are positively charged, and neutrons are neutral, having no charge. Now we will study one by one how these electron, proton, and neutrons were discovered. First of all, he was William Crookes. William Crookes was perhaps the first one to invent the electron. In fact, he laid the idea. He not invented the electron, but he gave the concepts. He took an tube. He evacuated this tube and filled with gas like helium or neon at a very high and passed a very high voltage current at very low pressure, 0.011 mm of mercury. At this low pressure and high voltage current, when it was passed, he saw some rays originating. He also said that gases are, we also know that gases are the poor conductors. If it happens, you can see there are many gases in the atmosphere. They do not conduct electricity. Why they do not conduct electricity? Because they are poor conductor. But when the gases are filled in the tube at low pressure and high voltage current is passed, then the gaseous particles get ionized and some rays are produced. They are called cathode rays. After this concept, he was J.J. Thomson, who studied about the gases originating, and he also studied the characteristics. What he had done, he had taken a glass test tube. He called it discharge tube. At one end, somewhere here, there was a hole. From here, he has taken all the air out, filled some gases like helium and neon. He fitted two metallic plates here. Two metallic plates, maybe of same kind, maybe of different kind of metals. He connected this. After connection, here was a cell. If it is connected with positive cell, another one will negative cell. So if it is negative, then this is called negative terminal of the test tube, negative terminal, or cathode terminal, or simply cathode. And the another metallic plate connected with the positive terminal, he called is as positive terminal or anode. After taking out the air particles, gaseous particle filled with helium and neon, he evacuated by vacuum machine. So now at this pressure and temperature, when an electric current was passed, he found that a set of rays originated from cathode and passed towards anode. These rays traveled in a straight line. Therefore, since these rays originated from cathode and traveled towards anode, he called it as cathode rays. Right? He called it at cathode rays. There were some properties regarding this experiment. Now you can see कि J.J. Thomson studied the characteristic and the constituent particles of the cathode rays. The apparatus used by him, it was called discharge tube. It is made up of glass only. A discharge tube is hard glass tube filled with two metal plates known as electrodes. These two plates are known as electrodes. One of it is connected to positive terminal of the cell, which is called positive terminal or anode, and while the other electrode, this one, connected to the negative terminal of the battery, which is called negative terminal or simply cathode. Cathode. He has a side tube through which the gases can be pumped out, or using a vacuum machine, this one. From here, all the gases initially present in the test tube can be taken out, or helium or neon can be filled. Now after doing the experiment, when electrical discharge at this voltage, means at high voltage current, when a high voltage current was passed at very low pressure, a rays was produced at cathode and which traveled towards the anode. What were the characteristics? All the gases originated at cathode and traveled up to anode in a straight line. Now, here are some characteristics. They traveled from cathode to anode in a straight line. These rays, cathode rays, caused a greenish yellow fluorescence when on a soda glass screen placed in the test tube. When a screen was placed here on the path of cathode rays, it produced greenish yellow fluorescence means इससे जब यहाँ पे एक सोडा ग्लास का प्लेट इससे रखते हैं रास्ते में, तो दैट ग्लास और इवन इट मे बी ऑफ जिंक सल्फाइड, तो वो चमकने लगता है कैसा बाबू? ग्रीनिश येलो कलर चमकने लगता है. हियर इज दे आर अफेक्टेड बाय इलेक्ट्रिकल फील्ड. आपने पढ़ा होगा फिजिक्स में कि इलेक्ट्रिकल फील्ड it has two terminals, positive terminal and negative terminal. When an electric current is kept in the path, when these gases are traveling, now when an electrical field is kept, so it will have two terminals, two poles, negative pole or positive poles. So these gases, instead of going straight, now they are deflected towards the positive terminal of the electrical field. Now this led an idea कि opposite charges attracts each other and similar charges detracts each other, similar charges repels. So this led an idea that these cathode rays are made up of negatively charged, that's why they are attracted towards the positive terminal. He called it as corpuscles. Later on, which was termed as electrode. Then when a beam of cathode rays is made to fall upon hard metallic targets like tungsten X. So then X-rays are produced. These rays penetrate through the matter, means if we keep some matter or if we bombard these cathode rays on a metallic strip, even it can penetrate up to 30 centimeter. These rays cause ionization of the gas through which they pass, means when these rays are passed through any gases at low temperature and high voltage current is passed, these gases can ionize these rays. In fact, sorry Babu, these rays makes the gas good conductor, means gases are ionized. This point we will see just after a few minutes. They produce a shadow of an open object placed in the path and make this light paddle wheel rotate. If we put here very light fan, now these rays, it strikes this fan and this fan starts rotating. This fan starts rotating. If it is rotating, that means these are made up of some small particles. These are made up of small particles. That's why it strikes this opaque substance kept in the path and now it starts rotating. Now also here, this is, since this is an opaque, here we will find the shadow of the object kept in the path of the cathode rays. Just right now what I said, these particles had struck this paddle, means it will have some mass. It has some mass. They are attracted towards the positive terminals, means they have some charge. They have some charge. So now we will see this point. The ratio of charge to mass of the particle constituting this cathode rays remains same. Means if we take the charge of cathode rays and if we know the mass of the cathode rays, so the ratio between charge and mass, it is always constant. It is always constant. This is constant for one gas. If we are taking the gas helium, it will all the time we will get the same ratio. We will get the same ratio. On this experiment, Thomson concluded that these rays are negatively charged because they are attracted towards the positive terminal. He named the name electron, it means atom of negative electricity. These negatively charged particles are the integral parts of all atoms, means they are the essential parts of all atoms. There are no any atom which don't have electron, means all the atoms have electrons, because without electrons we cannot imagine about an atom. Electron has definite mass, definite electrical charge, and both are independent of nature. For your kind information, we are knowing that an electron has definite charge. What is that charge? 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. what are the properties? The electron from all sources are alike, means having the identical mass. What is its mass? This one, this mass. Okay, an atom may have one electron, like hydrogen, it has one electron. Oxygen, it has 8 electrons. So different atoms have different number of electron, and mass of an electron is 1 by 37 times 1 by 1837 times less than a mass of an atom of hydrogen. So its mass is considered to be zero or negligible. They are constituent part of all atoms. Just right now I had told you that all the atoms have electrons. Without electrons we cannot imagine about an atom. So they are the important, they are the essential constituent, they are the integral part of an atom. All the electrons, means each electron carries unit negative charge of 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, but this is negative. The electron is very small. It cannot be seen with the naked eyes. It cannot be seen even with the help of ordinary microscope, but from electron or compound microscope we can see and we can find its size. The radius is less than even this 10 to the power minus 15 meters. These were the properties of electron. So it is the very small particles. Now this led an idea that an atom is electrically neutral. If an atom contains negative charge electrons, but still why an atom is electrically neutral? There was a concept in the mind of the scientist, and they had done some more research which we will see in the next class, and we will find that how after electron, protons and neutrons were invented. So my dear friends, this is for today. We will meet on next day and see about the invention of proton and neutrons. Thank you. Wish you all the best.